Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. In this week's video I'm going to be trying to sort out my water leaks. A while back I made a video where I showed you how to protect the floor if you have got a water leak in the front of your van. In part 2 I identified where my leaks are coming from, and in this video I'm going to be trying to sort out those leaks and stop that water coming in. Before I get started, I'd just like to say a massive thank you to everyone that's subscribed and supporting the channel. I'm nearly up to 1500 subscribers now, which is just absolutely brilliant, so thank you so much. I'm just in the process of sorting out my water leaks, and I believe this is where the water's getting in here. I need to clean off all this rust, get rid of as much of it as possible with my grinder, and then I'm going to patch in the holes afterwards. It's not too bad, it could be a lot worse. So I've removed this old piece here, a flat disc on the grinder now. I've got rid of lots of the rust. I've exposed a few little holes here and there. Even more of the rust gone. That's with the wire wheel. That's all painted in there with the rust converter, Vactan this time. Okay, I've got to take a piece out the back here, and a piece out the corner there by the looks of it. So if I cut that corner off, I'm going to start off by welding this piece of metal in here. I'm just going to clean up the area nicely and clean up this piece of metal, ready for me to weld, and I need to find a nice earth. Alright, I'm going to start by welding a little earth point on my piece of metal. So put a few tacks in there. So by putting this little earth point on here, I can put my clamp on there and it won't get in the way of where I'm trying to weld, because there aren't really any places nearby that I can put my earth clamp on. I find that works well for me. Whenever doing welding on the van or any vehicle, it's always advisable to disconnect the battery so you don't pop any fuses. Put a couple of tacks in there. That one's pretty good, but that one's rubbish. I had it too far away from metal. So now I need to try and pin this down and then get a weld in there. Right, it's getting there. I've run out of MIG wire, so I need to put some in my machine. Right, that's good enough. It'll clean up alright. I want to put a little patch on here and a little patch up there. So that's that one tacked in and a little patch up there. A few more welds in there. I've got this strip to go along the back here. So I'm going to weld that in. There we go, it's not my neatest work, but all the holes are patched in and that'll be good for many years to come. Yeah, I've got some seam sealer. To save on paint brushes, I'm just going to apply this by hand. Just get a seam sealer. And run it over your welds, pushing it into all the little pinholes if you've left any. It stops any moisture from going into your welds. Now I'm just going to paint in there with red oxide. Patch is welded in, all seam sealed up and painted with red oxide to stop the rust coming through, and hopefully water shouldn't be getting into the cab through there anymore. This side's really not too bad behind that battery, so I've just put a bit of silicone around that area. Finally got some nice weather, so I'm going to be sealing the gutters. Suspect that I've got a leak coming in from the gutters, getting underneath the high roof bit, running along down the A-pillar and into the footwell. So if I seal up the gutters, hopefully it will stop that leak. I've got to start off by cleaning out the gutters. So I'll just get my wire wool and use it to get all the dirt out of the gutters. It seems like someone's bent this gutter out. Maybe it had an awning on there before, or I'm not quite sure. Just used a bit of rust converter in the gutter, and I'm just pushing that into all the little nooks and crannies anywhere there might be little signs of rust. This is what I'm going to be using for sealing the gutters. This is super clear Fixall bonding, sealing, more materials and surfaces. The main reason I'm using this is because it was left over from doing the shower room. I'm just going to take the scuttle panel off and just check, see if I can see anywhere the water can get in. I've used some silicone around where the windscreen wipers go. That's another suspect area. So I've sealed off all the areas that I think the water might be getting into the cab now, so I've just got to keep my fingers crossed. I'm going to put everything back together, give the van a good wash, absolutely soak it all around the suspected areas, and then hopefully we don't get any leaks in the cab and I can put the floor mats back in, ready to go away on our camping trip. So after all that, it's still bloody leaking. Wow. Right, I've put loads of silicone in that corner now, just to seal it off completely. It seems like it was coming in from the side rather than the back as well. So the silicone seems to have done the job. I'm going to keep the floor mats out just for now until we've had some heavy rain, just to double check and make sure that it's stopped leaking. I still need to try and source some new door seals as mine are leaking. I think they're about £40 each online, so that's a bit expensive really. I might take a trip to the scrapyard and see what I can find. I might be able to find some off of a similar vehicle and just cut them down to size. So once again, thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it useful and it's given you a few pointers as to where your leaks might be coming from and how to sort them out. If you like the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers guys, and hopefully I'll see you next time.